Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Darshawn McAway, and you're tuned in to Wild Podcast. Today we're talking to author Derrick Bonner. He's the author of Havoc and Mayhem. Derrick, how are you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you? First of all, thank you for having me on your show. It's a privilege, honor. I'm very grateful. Thanks.
No problem. So tell me about this latest book that you have coming out, Havoc and Mayhem.
Sure, no problem. Havoc and Mayhem is a book set in the 80s in Brooklyn, New York. Basically, it's about a guy named Tommy Strong who, after unable to find a job, he realizes that his talent is pretty much handling himself in the street, and he uses that to help out people in the community, and he gets paid for it. So he's kind of like a guy who, if you have a problem and you can go to nobody else, you can turn to him, and he will make your problems go away. There's action in it. There's romance. There's a lot of funny things going on. There's some social conscious things in there that I put, what's going on in the world, especially in our community as well. But also, in addition to all that, it's heavily Brooklyn. It's heavily 80s. So anybody who's a fan of the 80s, if you came from that era, if you like that era of breakdancing, of Kangos, of Run DMC, of hip hop when it first came out, I have all that stuff in there. And what I tried to do was make all that kind of stuff a character in its sense, where the 80s is just as important in the background of the character's life and everything that's going on as well.
So this book, Havoc and Mayhem, is this like a part two from your first book that you came out with?
No, it's its own separate entity. My first novel was called Alley Cat. Actually, it's funny. I wrote these books a long time ago, actually in the 90s. And I self-published, and I had a mild success. But I did it when I was a little younger, and I wasn't really, I guess, ready for what it takes to be a self-published author. I wasn't ready for the commitment, so I shelved everything. And then years went by. I got married. I had a family, and my wife was saying to me one day, you should really get back into writing. She was reading over my manuscript, and then she said to me one day, why don't you use the money we had saved up for our 10-year wedding anniversary and self-publish your book? I really believe in it. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Okay, my wife really has my back, so I went for it. And I dusted off the manuscript, and I put the book out there, and so far I've had it out there for a little while, and it's been getting some good positive feedback.
Can you let some of the listeners know what are some of the hurdles that you have experienced in self-publishing your own book?
Well, self-publishing, it has its good parts, its bad parts. Good part is because everything you do, you don't have to answer anybody. You go out there, you promote it the way you want. You don't have to have meetings at the round table about what you should do, and that you're doing it how you want to do it, the way you envisioned it from the moment you thought of this idea, this concept in your head. You're doing everything yourself. Now that can also be a little rough because you're doing everything, so you're also marketing. You're also running around trying to get people interested in your book, whereas a publishing house will take care of all that for you. And you have to, manage everything. I'm blessed that my wife has my back on a lot of that, that aspect of self-publishing, but it has its ups and its downs. But if you really love writing and you really want to make something out of an idea that you had in your head, I say go for it. I mean, at some point, if you believe in your idea and yourself, it's going to happen. But you can't wait around, because
Right.
If you wait around, it'll never happen. Any idea, whether it's writing, whether it's music, whether you want to be a singer, an actor, anything artistic, anything. If you wait around for somebody, it's never going to happen. So go for it, and when the time comes, the time comes.
So what were you doing before you started writing?
Oh, well, I'm in law enforcement. I've been doing that now for 15 years, and I guess that's also a part of me. That's because when I dusted off the manuscript, I had to tighten it up. And working in law enforcement for all these years, they also gave me, some more ideas as far as in the novel where he's dealing with things in the street, how things are handled, and the action and suspense and so forth. And I can use that from my own personal experiences working in law enforcement.
Gotcha. So, to me, most of the time when I hear people who are in law enforcement, I consider them men and women. I consider them like superheroes in a sense because you guys have the ability to, of course, protect and serve whenever you see fit to do so. So I want to say thank you for being in law enforcement. To me, it's an honor and a privilege to talk to someone that's out there protecting the people. And I can see where and why you came up with this concept of this book if you're in law enforcement, you know. So, again, thank you for, you know, protecting and serving everyone around us.
So by all means.
With this particular book, do you see it turning into a movie if someone had approached you?
Oh, definitely. Well, honestly, nowadays, I think, you know, well, this is me personally. I'm more of a Netflix guy, and I enjoy movies more on Netflix, and it's even when they'll have a TV series on Netflix where it's about a good 10 or 12 episodes, I binge watch a lot of shows. So I would love for something like that to happen for my story. Movies, you know, it's people don't really go out to the movies as much anymore, where now you have the Fire Stick and you can streamline things. So personally, you know, God willing, with some hard work, this could be very well on Netflix, you know, in the near future. I would love that. I'm working on it now and working hard to get it out there to the people and on awesome shows like yours and promoting it, and we'll see where it takes me.
So can you tell everyone where they can purchase your books and where they can follow you on social media?
By all means. Okay. Everybody out there, once again, my name is Derrick Bonner. I wrote an awesome book called Havoc and Mayhem. I would like to invite everybody listening to my website. It's www.havocandmayhem.net. That's HAVOCANDMAYHEM.net. It's not just, you know, your basic run-of-the-mill website. My wife really put a lot of work into this website, so please, guys, go check it out. There's old school hip-hop music on there. Actually, I contacted some, actually, I had to, you know, pay because I had to get permission because I actually put lyrics of old school hip-hop in the book, so I had to get permission. So I also have music on the website as well. There's some Big Daddy Kane on there for all you 80s who love hip-hop. I've also shot a few bio videos. What else is on there? There's pictures. There's a bio on me. There's 3 sample chapters. There's merchandise on there. It's like a whole experience on the website. It's not just a real cut and dry website. So you can go on there and check out the website. And, you know, and if you really like what you see, read a few chapters, you play some music, it gets you in the mood of what you like. I ended on a cliffhanger, so hopefully you want to know what happens next to the characters. You buy a book. It's only $20. What's been happening lately is a lot of people have been coming directly to me because they wanted they wanted me to autograph a copy, so I've been doing that. So if anybody listening, if you're interested, you can send me your email address personally. You can find all the information on the website, and I'll gladly send you a copy. Matter of fact, right before I called you, I was actually signing in a copy I have to send out to the post office tomorrow to somebody who's interested in having an autographed copy. So, like I said, it's really been taking off, and I've only been doing this now for a couple of months, and already I'm seeing a lot of positive feedback on this, and it's really exciting.
That's good, man. I'm glad you got a chance to self-publish and go through that whole process. I really give a hand clap to everyone who has not gone through the traditional route, not because their book isn't good, but because they can't wait on anyone. So I really want to commend you for getting out there and getting at it and doing your thing.
Yeah, just one last thing I want to add on. Like anybody out there with a dream, don't wait on anybody. You know, self-publish. You know, go out there with your demos and your music, whatever. Whatever you do, when it's time, when it's your time, the right people will approach you. You know, the book publishing companies will approach you. The record industry will approach you. But go out there and do it for yourself, and don't wait on anybody. That's all I was going to say.
I'm your host, Darshawn McAway. You're tuned in to Wild Podcasts, and we're talking to author Derrick Bonner. He's the author of Havoc and Mayhem. Go check out his book on havocandmayhem.net. Thank you for joining the show, Derrick. I really appreciate it. This has been an inspirational conversation. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Likewise, brother. God bless. And everybody out there, please visit the site and follow your dreams. Take care.